Well, good morning. Today is Labor Day, Monday, and today is I have to do a job that is my least favorite on the entire homestead operation. In fact, I have to do two jobs. I have to flush the tankless hot water heater. I don't know why they call them hot water heaters. Why would you want to heat hot water? But that's what they call them. So I have to flush the tankless water heater, and I have to trim the goat hooves. And Emma doesn't like it. I don't care for it. I'm not good at trimming goat hooves, and it shows. But I do the best I can. Now Emma is a sly one. She and I have been working together for over 11 years. I've delivered all of her babies. Well, I've been there while she had her babies, and I helped her and so forth, helped her clean them off and so forth. And I've milked tons of milk. I'm just watching the chickens. I've milked her for all of her career. And so we know each other's moves. She doesn't like to have her hooves trimmed. She's gonna know when I come in, even though she won't see any tools, that I'm there to, that it's that day. And I do this every other month. That's the way we do it. A lot of people think that I flush out the water heater too often, but we have very hard water here. And the problems that we've had with the tankless water heater, it's a Renai. The problems we've had with that, I could do an entire video just on that. But anyway, the bottom line is that thing needs to be flushed out every 2 to 3 months. So I do it every 2 months. It just takes 3 gallons of white vinegar. But anyway, for Emma and her hooves, if you are a long time watcher of the channel, you'll remember that I had trouble the last time I trimmed her hooves, July 2nd or 3rd or something like that, because I needed to get new goat hoof trimmers, and the ones that I had were very dull. I tried to sharpen them. That helped a little bit. But anyway, I bought a new set of goat trimmers. Our friends at Abraham's Goat Creamery recommended this brand, which I got from Premier One. So I'm going to be using these. And her back hooves are especially difficult for me. So I'm going to bring down these nippers to help nip from the side on those hooves. Like I said, I'm not. If we had somebody nearby, I'd pay them to do the hooves, but nobody is really nearby. So anyway, that means it's up to me, and I'll do it, but I'm not that good at it. And I feel bad for Emma. But so I thought I would try to bring you along. First, I go into the basement and I set up the flush, get it going, and then I have an hour. And during that hour, I will attempt to trim Emma's hooves. And then after we do her hooves, I like to take Emma for a walk. I put her on a leash. And I know a lot of you with goats don't do that. You just take them for walks without a leash. But I always use a leash. I'm always on the conservative side. So if it all goes well, we'll be taking Emma for a nice walk. So anyway, that's that. Let's get started. Emma. Hi, girl. Hi, Emma. I put Emma in her stall because she probably knows already that today is hoof day. And she knows that's why she's in her stall, to contain her until I can come back out again. I'll be right out, Emma. If you're wondering what that was all about, I always make sure that this pump is working before I drag it down to that part of the root cellar that has the water heater in it. because I've had times where I've gotten all set up, put the vinegar in it, got the thing ready to go, only to have the pump not work. So I always try it out ahead of time before I go back there. Okay, here we go. I've got my hoses hooked up. I've got the water turned off from the house on both the cold water and the hot water side. And got my hoses hooked up. Alright, we'll put 3 gallons of white vinegar in here. And I hope I have this hose on tight enough. We're down here underneath the cabin in one end of the root cellar. Emma's waiting for me. She knows something's up. I hate to keep her waiting, but it'll be fine. No need to panic. All right, I gotta get that 3rd gallon. Here's the 3rd gallon. Open it up. Vinegar's gotten expensive since the COVID years. Gosh, back before 2020, vinegar was like $2, $2.19 a gallon at the supermarket. Now, at the supermarket, it's in the $6 range since 2020, 2021. And we did find a little market where we can get it for 4 something. It's still kind of ridiculous. Alright, so we're ready to go. Let's put this discharge hose in there. Get that ready to go. I am not a plumber. If something goes wrong, I don't know what to do. So, my main concern right now is that I don't get any leakage right here. And if I do, I'll have to crank on it with my wrench a little bit more. But I don't want to. There we go. There she goes. Looking good. It's 11:30. So we're going to let this run for an hour and come back at 12:30. Okay, so there it is. Seems to be working good. I don't seem to be having a leak up there where I was concerned. It doesn't seem to be dripping. So that's good. I'll try to explain very briefly what I'm trying to do here. Oops, excuse me. We've turned off these 2 valves, which means that water can't come in or go out to the house. No more house water for the time being with these 2 valves. We've opened up these 2 valves, which are for the service ports. We've hooked up from the pump in here, we've hooked up this hose to this service port where the cold water would go into the heater to be heated up. So our vinegar is going through this hose into the Renai via this service port and then up. So it's inside the Renai going back and forth. There's a little heating element in there with like 1/4 inch or 3/8 copper tubing. And it's flushing that whole thing out of calcium and CLR. So I don't know. Anyway, it's cleaning it. And then it comes out where the hot water, if this thing manufactured hot water, or when it does I should say, the hot water comes out here and then it goes to the house. So you can take a shower or a bath or do the dishes or whatever. So we've turned that off, and now the what would have been hot water is coming out the service port, and it's going back into our pail. to be picked up by the pump, and we just keep repeating this cycle over and over again for an hour. Alright, now it's time to trim Emma's hooves. We'll be back here in an hour. Let's see. 3 minutes have gone by already. So it's 11:33. We're going to come back at 12:30 and turn this all off and put everything back together. So, that's that. There's Emma. She's waiting for me. This is not her favorite job, nor is it mine. But we have to do it, girl, right? I have to trim my toenails. And Emma has to do hers, okay, girl? Okay, girl. Here we go, Emma. We'll get you out of there now, okay, girl? You're my buddy, aren't you? Yeah, you are, girl. Here we go, girl. I'm sorry I had to do it this way, Emma. But I knew you wouldn't want to have your hooves trimmed if I didn't. No, Emma. And then when we're done, Emma, we'll take a walk, okay, girl? Now, they work pretty good. These are nice trimmers, aren't they, girl? Yeah, they are. They're nice trimmers, aren't they, girl? I retired your bad cutters to the garden. They're only good for cutting weeds now. We got Emma a new pair, didn't we, girl? Here she goes, girl. Now Emma gets to take a walk. Come on. Okay, come on. You can't eat all. You want to see the chickens? Let's go this way. You know. Let's go back the other way. You want to go back the other way, or where do you want to go? We went that way back when, in May, I think, Emma. We went that way, didn't we? Come on, let's go, girl.
People answered in French.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people who had those songs sung to them, and they continued the tradition with their own kids.
Yeah.
My goodness, Emma, how many carrots are you allowed?
I don't know.
I picked a lot. I'll get you another one. Yes.
Okay, girl, we don't have to do that till November now, okay? I'll be back in half an hour to turn the water thing off, all right, girl? All right, you had a good walk, didn't you, girl? Okay, I'll be right back. Good girl. Good girl, Emma. Okay, our hour's up, so we can take this all apart now. First thing we'll do is unplug the pump. There we go. If this is not very interesting, I'll edit it out of the video. I don't want you all to be bored. I thought it'd be kind of interesting. Okay, that's the discharge. Otherwise known as the hot water side. We're going to rinse everything off in a minute. Okay, here we go. It looks like it's going to be good. So we're plugged in again. We're all detached from the house. The house is plugged in again. It's online again. So all I have to do is grab that pail of vinegar and the pump and take it to the utility sink where I'm going to rinse off everything. I like to run the hot water to get any leftover white vinegar out of the system. So I like to run it here at the utility sink as opposed to the kitchen or the bathroom. Then we'll put our pump in here. See that white vinegar coming out? Yes, sir. Yes. That's white vinegar. It'll be through there in a second. And I'm going to empty our pail of white vinegar. in there. That's going to get rinsed. So while I'm doing this, I'm listening to the heater. I'm feeling the hot water, making sure everything's working right. Not that I could do anything about it if it wasn't. But I'm listening for a possible error alarm. If there's a problem, the Renai will beep. I've never had a problem after flushing. I've had other problems with the Renai, which I don't really want to go into. Don't want to make anybody mad at me. Do I recommend a Renai heater? It might be good for city water. Okay, we're going to turn this thing on now in a second. Smelling it for white vinegar. Gonna let it run for another minute. It's nice and hot. I don't smell any white vinegar in the water. So I think we've done a good job. So I guess that's just about going to do it from down here. Yeah, I do that every 2 months. And so after I get the flush going, like I said earlier, then I come out and I trim Emma's hooves. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not good at trimming goat hooves. But you do the best you can. And yeah, so we're done. Gonna go back to the house and tell Danielle that we can use the water again. And I got a bunch of stuff at the house to do. So, I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.